Saying things people already know out loud is tight.
Avada Kedavra.
You park in front of your house, I park in front of my house.
This is...
Hey, if you don't stop, I will contact the usher.
What's up, everyone? It's Adam from FWCI, and we're going to have a look at the trailer breakdown by Eric Voss and new Rockstars of The Last of Us. I'm not going to lie, I was shocked at how many views my trailer reaction to The Last of Us TV series did. Trailer reactions don't usually do that good on this channel, so I always usually watch Eric Voss's trailer breakdowns if it's something that I'm, very keen to learn more about. And in this case, it's a bit different because I already know a lot about The Last of Us universe, so I'm very excited to see what Eric Voss has and what I recognize from the games. I'm maybe a third through playing The Last of Us Part 1 again, because I love that game and any excuse to play it is one that I'll take. So I'm currently playing the game. Let's jump into Eric Voss's breakdown. He says no spoilers in this, but I'll probably talk spoilers. So, if you haven't played the games, I'm sorry. Go watch his uncut video.
Why bother going on?
You haven't seen the world,
That sound.
so you don't know. You keep going for family.
Okay, so The Last of Us centers around Joel, played by Pedro Pascal, and Ellie, played by Bella Ramsey, aka Lyanna Mormont from Game of Thrones, in a world stricken with a mutated strain of the parasitic cordyceps infection. Game developer Neil Druckmann based this on the real-world parasitic cordyceps fungus that affects ants and other insects, spores latching onto their brains, taking control of their bodies and minds, and then sprouting out of their heads to release even more spores.
Damn!
Awesome! So to be clear, these are not zombies per se.
I was not aware of that.
This isn't really a virus, it's really a fungal infection. But the humans it infects do act aggressively and bitey, and the fungus can be transferred that way. So 20 years into this apocalypse, Joel, Ellie, and Joel's partner Tess walk through the overgrown streets of Boston toward the Massachusetts State House. They're gonna meet with a group called the Fireflies, which is a rebel militia that opposes the government quarantine zone authorities. In this shot, Joel hides behind a display case showing
Man, I'm so excited to see the Fireflies depicted on a TV show. I always just thought that the whole idea of that group was really cool. The rebellion, the name, the logo. It was just a very cool little crew to me.
muskets. This is an exhibit for the American Revolutionary War in Boston's Freedom Museum, and he's hiding from a clicker, a type of infected that is blind but extremely sensitive to sound and uses these clicks for echolocation, like bats and other sight-limited animals. And if you listen closely, the clicks do sound like they are wheezing out of an inverted trachea or something.
So you don't know.
A tragic echo of the human this once was in a setting that echoes the country this once was. And we end this clip with a flashback of Joel and his daughter Sarah in the city of Austin, Texas, burning behind them, which will likely be from the opening sequence of part 1. Now I want to say this is meant to be Austin's 6th.
Wow, that was Sarah in the start of it. I thought that was a woman, somebody Joel's age. I could only see it for a second. Okay, cool. I thought they were gonna really change the story and Joel would have had a wife or something as well.
I think what really impressed him was the fact that I didn't turn into a monster.
Right, so Joel is transporting Ellie westward across the country to use her blood to try to develop a cure. She claims to have been infected, but while symptoms normally set in around 2 days, 3 weeks later, Ellie's still fine, so she might have a natural immunity. They cross this bridge outside Pittsburgh. It's a major location from the games. Boats are sunken and capsized, and the interiors of Pittsburgh on the show and the post-flooding services were all inspired by Robert Polidori's photographs of flooded New Orleans following Hurricane Katrina. Moving on.
Really? That makes a lot of sense, man. The interior of any of the buildings in the Last of Us game looks so... I think that's what originally was the big draw for it. The environment just looked so lived in and didn't look computer generated, just in terms of how random and scattery everything kind of was. That's interesting to hear that that's what the design was. I mean, kind of sad as well, but interesting.
Twitches.
Ellie.
So Bella Ramsey's transition from joking around about twitching to checking herself and whispering, okay, this is pitch perfect Ellie from the games. Also, her position in that beam of sunlight, one little weed snaking down toward her, a nice reflection of the way the spores are trying to get to her, but they fall short. You can't touch this. Do.
Is that what that means?
I don't want to say it. So the music in this trailer is a-ha's Take On Me, a reference to The Last of Us Part 2. It's a song that Ellie plays an acoustic cover of for her partner Dina after throughout Part 1, Joel had promised her he was going to teach her how to play the guitar. I don't want to spoil too much about what happens, but this is deeply significant and we're all going to cry when this happens. Okay, in this shot,
yeah, makes me wonder if Pedro Pascal can play the guitar, to be honest. I was thinking about that the other day. I'm like, what's his singing chops like?
Ellie crosses a plank while Joel tends to an injured Tess on the rooftop. Behind them is the clock tower of the Marriott Boston Customs House. It's one of the city's first skyscrapers. Joel and Ellie join the brothers Henry and Sam in Pittsburgh. This location with the kids painting all over the walls looks like the entrance to Ish's sewer hideout in the game. Then Joel and Ellie hide behind this car as a Humvee with militia paint storms past. We also see some shots of trucks containing armed militiamen painted with "We the People." But this Nissan has a Kansas license plate. That's because they shot many of the Pittsburgh scenes in Kansas City on the Kansas side. And with that WI in the corner of the plate, that stands for Wyandotte County. Now, there's a lot of things I would miss about my day-to-day life.
Fun little factoid, I guess. Good work, EA Voss.
I'm just really looking forward to the series as a portrait of the North American West. And I say North American, not American West, because they did shoot much of this in Alberta, Canada. Sorry, people from Colorado and Utah and Wyoming. But hey, we got actor Graham Greene, known for roles from Dances with Wolves and Wind River, plays Marlin, an original character to this series.
Yeah. I do not remember these people.
Sneaking in past this fence with a FEDRA sign, Federal Disaster Response Agency, based on the real-world FEMA, but in the world of The Last of Us, FEDRA has essentially become the ruling government authority. Joel is a smuggler, so he sneaks in and out of the FEDRA quarantine zones all the time. Moving on.
You've come this far, then you know what's out there.
You're not gonna scare us.
Scared him?
Joel looks up to see the Aurora Borealis, and then this creepy shot showing him climbing.
Aurora Borealis. At this time of year, and this time of day, and this part of the country, localized entirely within this video.
Yes.
May I see it?
No.
Staircase past a whole freaking pile of infected bodies that has grown into a heap of dried and rotted fungal mass. Yuck. But this is what ants do to other ants infected with cordyceps fungus. They carry them away from the colony and just pile them up so that those spores don't infect the rest of the ants in the colony. Moving on.
I can see why somebody learned about this friggin' whatever it was called, that infectal thing that affects these ants, and then decided that that's a great context for like a horror video game or whatever, because that whole process is pretty disturbing.
You have a greater purpose than any of us could have ever imagined.
Careful who you put your faith in.
Okay, it looks like Joel and Ellie are being surrounded by David's group in Utah.
David, that's the
Merle
fucking
Dandridge's
guy.
character, leader of the Fireflies group. A flashback shows Ellie's birth, and hey, her mother is played by Ashley Johnson, who played Ellie in the games. Actually, Troy Baker, who played Joel in the games, cameos as one of the hunters in David's group. Ellie hangs.
I knew they were all going to pop up in there. Get Nolan North in there as well. I'm pretty sure he did voices in the Last of Us game.
Out at a shopping mall. This is likely Boston's Liberty Garden Mall, and here she hangs out with Riley, played by Storm Reed. This is coming from the Left Behind DLC that shows Ellie before she met Joel. Actually, the photo booth here is likely the photo booth that created that photo of Ellie and Riley in that Left Behind cover. Then we meet Frank and Bill, played by Murray Bartlett and Nick Offerman. These two are survivalists who live in Lincoln, Massachusetts.
Wow, so we're going to get a bit more of Frank and Bill's story? That's going to be interesting, because you don't really learn enough about those guys in the game.
They fortified the city into a booby trap, death trap, and then a shot of Henry and Sam hugging. Brace yourself, this series is gonna break your heart. Moving on.
That, like, 25-30 minutes of the game where you meet Sam and Henry is just an absolute emotional fucking roller coaster, man. I'm not up to it yet, and I'm not looking forward to it.
Might not be her father, but you were someone's.
You trust me?
Okay, we get some shots from
I'm really not looking forward to the David part of this either. That's another part of that's what I loved about this game, is it made you so uncomfortable at times. Like, it was a real great piece of storytelling.
Within a vehicle here, this burning house might be Joel's daughter Sarah's point of view as Tommy drives them out of the Austin suburb from the part 1 opening. They do pass Lewis's farm in that part, so this could be that. There's also an explosion as they drive down an Austin street, maybe the gas station that they pass that a car runs into and blows up. Then a quick shot of David chopping a butcher cleaver beside Ellie's head. David, who leads that group in Utah, is going to be a major antagonist in this first season. And then after the title, we move on to the last bit.
Interesting that they say he's going to be a major antagonist of this season, because in the game, he's only in it for a brief period. I mean, you've got other antagonists, like, throughout as well, but David was definitely the most fucked up bad guy in this game. In a game full of zombies, he was the fucking worst. That is a there, and he's not as bad as David.
One of the strongest infected creatures in the game, whose fungal outgrowth is so thick that it covers the body like armor.
I'm storing all my shotgun shells, waiting to meet that fucking thing in the like basement with the water. Nah, not doing it. Not fucking around with that for 20 goes.
So you can shoot and shoot and shoot and hit him with a baseball bat, light him on fire. It's gonna take forever to take him down because it's all just like flesh and he keeps going. I also just love how a few
I do like it when you get the flamethrower though.
runners are climbing up alongside him with a fire behind. A terrifying image here. Now in the game, you do fight one of these in Lincoln, you fight another one in the hotel basement in Pittsburgh, and the sound design of this thing is incredible. It's a deep guttural growl emitting from a mouth that you'll notice is a bit larger than the creepy little orifice that the bloater has in the game. In the game, it's implied that the fungal outgrowth hasn't really changed the human mouth beneath it, which just gives it a creepy humanity. But here it looks like it completely stretched out his jaw, which is also just terrifying in a different way. I'm so excited for the series. It's gonna be heartbreaking, it's gonna be realistic and gritty, with an amazing cast, with amazing landscape imagery and sound design and music. I can't wait for new Rockstars to break it down in the new year. Let me know your thoughts on this trailer. Follow me on TikTok.
Yeah, I can't wait to fucking watch that in the new year as well. Is it gonna be coming out like week to week, or is it gonna drop all at once? If it's HBO, that means it should be week to week, right? Yeah, it's gonna be 9 episodes and there'll be 1 episode a week. So subscribe if you haven't. This is gonna be a really fun journey. This is a show that I've always wanted, and it still kind of caught me by surprise how it's just sort of been like quietly getting developed like over the last, you know, couple of years, I suppose. But I want to hear what you guys have to say about this one in the comments. Are you gonna be watching The Last of Us? Have you played the games? Like, are you an Xbox guy that's never played The Last of Us? Come on, what are you guys doing? Get on the trolley. I'm gonna go play some more of it right now, or maybe I'll play Midnight Suns. Let me know in the comments. You like Midnight Suns? Because I'm kind of fucking digging it. And as always, everyone, be well, stay safe, look after your friends. See you in the next video. Peace.